Back. I'm Garrett with USA Wrestling, and welcome you to our second half of our press conferences here for Final X here at Lehigh. Just so the athletes know, and if there's anyone new here that wasn't for our first segment, this is how we'll go. I'll ask every athlete one question, then we'll open up for media questions in the public, and then we'll break down for individual opportunities for one-on-ones with the athletes here. So. We will go in the bout order in which you will see them on the card tomorrow night. And so that means we're going to start with the opening bout. Bout number 1 on the card is in men's freestyle at 61 kilograms. Athletes, we'll pass the microphones back and forth. This one is for this table, and the second one's over there. Please pass that along. It's not a wireless. You got to hand it over to guys. So. So he qualified for Final X by winning our U.S. Open this year and at Las Vegas in April. Native of Iowa, he was a junior college champion at Iowa Central and won All-American honors at Northern Iowa. Second at the 2015 World Team Trials and champion at the Schultz Memorial, Joe Cologne. Joe, your high school, college, and early freestyle years, your success happened while you were in your native Iowa, but you switched to the West Coast. You're now at Fresno training with the Valley RTC, and you're just 2 wins away from making your first senior world team. Could you talk a little bit about how things have been going with your new situation, how this has helped you perhaps in your goals as a freestyle wrestler, and what's it like for you to be with the new program down in Fresno?
It's been great. Been working with Troy, Izzy. We've got great workout partners out there. They keep me on a strict schedule, and I'm just ready to do this thing. 2 wins away. We've wrestled multiple times before, but I mean this one's for all the marbles here. So I'm ready to go.
Thank you, Joe. His opponent reached Final X with a win at the Freestyle World Team Challenge Tournament. Native of California, won the NCAA championships at Cornell. Now training in the desert down in Arizona. He's a 2-time U.S. Open finalist, won the University Nationals earlier in his career. Nahshon Garrett. You've got an offense that's very explosive. Nobody questions that. But also at the U.S. Open, your opponent was able to show he could put up a lot of points too. What's it going to take to win a high-scoring offensive match, or do you think maybe your matches in Final X will be a little different than that barn burner we saw in Vegas?
Can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, I would say that my kind of style is one that is explosive, it is fast. I like to put up a lot of points, and I'm a crowd pleaser. I love to put on a show for the crowd, and I love to show my all. So I would say that if there's any difference, it's I'm going to score points and make sure that he doesn't score points. That's it.
How do you do that?
I think patient aggression is what I've been focusing on, and it's what I've been really keying in on. So,
thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bout 1. This will be right off the bat when we wrestle tomorrow night. Next, we'll go up to 92 kilograms. He qualified for Final X with his U.S. Open title in Las Vegas. Native of Missouri, was 3-time NCAA champ from Mizzou. Won a bronze medal for the United States at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, and a bronze medal at the 2017 World Championships in Paris, Mr. Jaden Cox. Jaden, 92 kilograms is a new weight class, and tell us about your decision to compete here, how it's been for you competing at this weight class, and whether or not you've decided what you're going to do when it gets to Olympic year time.
Well, I mean, the move to 92, it's not too big of a change, especially from college. I've been at 197, so it's kind of, giving me some help me pounds a little bit too. So it's not bad. I mean, through Paris, I know there's been a lot of questions about it, but through Paris, it was really rough for me to get down to 86. But I did what I had to do, and then, afterwards, talk to the coaches and figure out what was best for the team and what was happening, as far as at the World Championship year. So we decided 92 was the best spot for me to go at, especially seeing that we have already, not even from this Final X, but a loaded team as it is. So, obviously it's a great move with guys like now that Kyle and Taylor have broke the lineup and made a world team, and already haven't been to one of those tournaments, but yet we know what those guys can do, and seeing how special they are and what they're capable of. So that was an easy decision to make. That wasn't until I got the email about giving up my spot at 86, and then the Olympic year, like you brought up, talking about that was a little difficult to figure out. So, my Olympic year comes up. It doesn't matter if it's 86 or 97. I'm going to have to do what I have to do to get the spot either way. And I've already said this in an interview with Bader, but it's not personal. It's business. We gotta take the opportunities that we have. It's a short window that we all have to accomplish our dreams. So whether that means making the commitment to make it more natural for me to make it down to 86, or bumping up to 97. Either way, I'm going to look to take the spot from one of those two if there's not a 92 spot, and that's just the way it has to be.
Thank you, Jaden. His opponents qualified for Final X by winning the World Team Trials Challenge Tournament, a Minnesota native and an All-American for North Dakota State. Won 2 university national titles, Mr. Hayden Zillmer. Hayden, last year you were one of the few people in our sports history, at least in the last few decades, to make national teams in both freestyle and Greco-Roman. This year your focus has been on freestyle, and you're here in Final X, just 2 matches away from the world team. Can you tell us in your mind how much your freestyle has improved since last summer, and are you looking to stay as a one-style athlete through the rest of the quad?
That's undecided yet a little bit. This kind of the focus was to wrestle with Greco, and then last year they asked me to come in and wrestle a few freestyle practices, and felt great. I decided to compete last year. Ended up making the national team last year, and then following up, kind of getting the offer from Minnesota to train fully freestyle. I kind of switched over, and I think it's a good change. But I'm not sure yet on a decision to wrestle, just freestyle or Greco. It's kind of still up in the air, but I'd love to get a special wrestle off against the Greco 97 kilo. I don't know if it can happen. I guess I can't make that decision, but I'll wrestle. But yeah, so that's it.
And is your freestyle better?
My freestyle is better. I improved a lot. I just think, maybe just focusing on one style a little bit more. My freestyle is a lot better. Yeah.
Thanks, Abe. Our final match of the evening, bout number 6, is at 125 kilos. He qualified for Final X by winning a bronze medal at the 2017 World Championships in Paris. New York native, he started his college career as an All-American at Binghamton, then transferred to NC State, where he won 2 NCAA titles and was a 3-time finalist. He won the U.S. Open in 2017 and a ton of medals overseas in the last couple of years. It's Nick Gwiazdowski. Nick, with the bronze in your first World Championships last year, obviously that was a big moment and a learning experience. What kind of things have you taken from your competition in Paris that you put together to put into this year's competition to try to win Final X and then make a run to move up on the podium at the world level?
It's been 9 months since then, so we spent a lot of time. One of the things in my own mind was just my confidence, my abilities, and my focus against higher level opponents, but also things we were short on when we were getting scored on or getting stopped in scoring positions, as well as parterre offense, and just kind of intentions to score when we're shooting, when we're taking attacks. Our intentions are to score and not just get to a leg or stop the wrestling for a minute. So those things have definitely been in my head as we've been improving over the last couple of months, and we've been putting them into action, and we've come short and we've improved, and so it's kind of just that process of knowing what you need to work on, working on it, testing it in competition, coming back, improving it until it's perfect.
Thank you, Nick. As you notice, we are missing a person at the far end, and it's for good reason. His opponent, who qualified by taking the World Team Trials Challenge Tournament, Michigan native, is not able to be with us today. About 2 hours ago, Adam Kuhn won the U.S. World Team spot in Greco-Roman in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Adam is going to jump on a plane, get out here, make it in time for weigh-ins tomorrow at 4:30, which are open to the press. And I'm going to take on Nick Gwiazdowski to see if he can make 2 world teams in the same year. There is some video available if you want to hear what Adam thinks. Both USA Wrestling's Twitter feed and Flow Wrestling and the people out in Tulsa have talked to Adam since he won his title a few hours ago. We've also run some video on this press conference that's been streamed on Flow that Adam talked a little bit about his challenge earlier this week. So anyone who's looking to get some Adam Kuhn quotes for any articles or things, that material's available, but I'm not even sure he's in the plane yet, but he'll be here, ready to go, and he's going to come out, and we'll have a great series with him and Nick Gwiazdowski at 125 kilo, our last match of the card. So at this point, I'm going to give Mark Bader the microphone, and we're going to ask some questions of these athletes. Feel free to tell us who you are and ask each guy, let them know who you'd like to speak to and what you'd like to know. Thank you for being here. Raise your hand if you want to say something.
So first question is for Hayden. So we were kind of talking before other guys got here about when you were recruited as like a 149, kind of a small guy. Even, you know, winning Fargo as like a 97-pounder. Talk about the huge weight jump over the years, and you know, how have you kind of acclimated to wrestling a lot bigger guys in that weight jump?
Yeah, so when I was recruited, I actually after my first workout in college, I weighed 138, so I was small, I was tiny, but my dad's 6'6", and he just kind of, his genes kind of kicked in, so I just grew a lot and just put on a lot of weight. But I think wrestling smaller guys in that smaller weight class really benefited, you know, wrestling upper weight. You know, they're quicker. You guys sit next to me. Yeah, he's quicker. You know, like there's guys are quicker than I feel like the bigger guys, and are a little bit more agile, and kind of feel like it you know, that part of it helped me a lot. You know, so.
Question?
It's for Nahshon. At Cornell, you had a great career, started off real strong, but it really took your senior year to have that breakthrough, win a national title. You've now been exclusively freestyle for a little bit. Do you feel like you're ready for another breakthrough freestyle scene?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the transition from wrestling folk style to freestyle was a little bit difficult for me because it kind of exposed where I would think that years of wrestling and years of training. I started wrestling really a lot later than most people wrestle. I started wrestling in 8th grade, so a lot of my talent was really natural given, and just go out there and really mentally beating people, I think. But I had the speed, I had the strength, I had everything else, but a lot of it was just from my mind, just keeping attack, go, 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 go. And then now, or 2 years ago, when I moved, I had to learn how to get technique into it, get technique involved, especially in freestyle, which is seems like a completely different style. I was like, I have no idea what's going on, but eventually it started kicking in, and then I think, as even Joe was saying, like just the consistency of training, the consistency of being there every day at practice, having your partners, having your people, and then just feeling ready to go. So, yeah, is that your question?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Next question.
This is for Joe. Having the time to sit back, you know who your opponent's going to be at Final X, and knowing that Nahshon takes a high volume of shots. Has your training involved a lot of when he shoots, I do this kind of thing, and training specifically for his attacks?
I mean, a little bit. You got to train for who you're gonna wrestle, but I mean, I've been doing what I need to do. Nothing's changed. I mean, I'm gonna be ready every second of the match. I'm gonna wrestle through every position, and I'm gonna score as many points as I can. I mean, probably one of the biggest things is just stay disciplined. Is just mental. Just stay disciplined, stay focused, be confident. It's probably the biggest thing. Just big mental.
This question's either for Jaden or Nick, or whoever can answer it best. How do you like this Final X procedure? I mean, you guys are international veterans. You've been through trials multiple times. How do you like this, or maybe you don't like this Final X situation? Is it something that you think is good for the sport and that has fit your training, or has it made you change the way you approach the qualifying?
Nick gets to go first.
I think it's something the sport needs, a little different layout than it has in the past, but also it's been 3 weeks since I've seen the first guys make the team, so I feel like it's a little bit drawn out, in my honest opinion, over 3 weeks. But also, you know, you do need to kind of see the wrestling more often, and we have the quality of stars, I think. But I think it's being the first year that they're doing it, I'm sure there's some, you know, you learn what worked, what didn't work, what sold, what didn't sell, and you adjust it. That's kind of where I am with it.
I'm going to agree. It's too long. It's too far stretched out. And like the things with the long process, the thing about it is like there's too many things that can go wrong. Whether it be with injury, whether it be with anything, you know, it's just too long of a process. And you know, and I think that you know, what we do here is just I don't know. It's just hard for me to explain this out loud, but I don't know. I just don't like the long process. I don't like the idea of this you know, me having one tournament to go to, and I'm going to wrestle this guy, and it so happens, you know, now, don't get me wrong, because I think more, you know, he deserves to be here, obviously, but you know, Hayden's here, and you know, Hayden's already wrestled me once, and now I got to wait a whole another couple of months that he's already wrestled me once. It gets harder to beat somebody over and over and over again. You know, that's kind of where my take on it, especially when you give him so much time to study and so much time to learn. It's like, you know, I thought wrestling was about putting all your chips on the table and going after it with the guy, you know, and just going after it and going hard. You know, and that's still going to happen, but I just think the process is a little bit drawn out too much.
Thank you.
Next question.
I got one for Hayden. Jaden's a unique wrestler. The way he moves and the way he wrestles, everything looks different from a fan's point of view. What does it feel like?
You know, I have a kind of a similar wrestler in my room. I wrestle with Gable every day. So, well, I guess not every day, but a lot of times, and it's kind of similar feel, similar movements, patterns a little bit, but it's just kind of like a snake. I don't know. It's just kind of going around and.
I think I'm a snake. That's cool, bro. That is cool.
It goes one way and goes the other way. You know, that's how it goes. You know, you know which way he's coming from. That's it. So.
Did you try to develop a game plan or adjustments or tactics of where you feel like you can? You don't have to get deep unless you want to, but did you look at your match with him and think, okay, here's some adjustments I need to make that'll give me a better shot?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, we look at those things and. You know, evaluated what I could do better and whatnot, but kind of the same game plan as every match. You know.
Question?
Wayne, you better make your statement.
Another question for Joe. You mentioned, or you talked a little bit earlier about being part of the Valley RTC, basically a founding member, and wondering if you could kind of expand on what it would mean to kind of help put that training center on the map and with the rebirth of Fresno State, and then also with your ferocious style of wrestling, how they're able to keep partners in that room for you.
My training partner is actually right back there, Anthony Hampton. It's been great. To move out to California, I mean, at first, I wasn't really sure about it. I've never lived outside of Iowa, and I talked to Izzy Silva a lot on the phone, and talked to Troy Steiner, and eventually I made it out there, and I got face to face with Troy, and I talked to him, and I mean, I loved it. And so far, I mean, it's been the best move of my life. Changed me as a person a little bit. I mean, I'm just more focused, and I think sometimes some people just need a little change of scenery. And it'd be great for our program. Bringing it back, be one of the first guys to make a world team. It'd be huge for our program, and just we're gonna keep building from it.
Another question? Go Go one more here.
All right, this question is kind of open to everybody here, but we do have two guys wrestling for making their second world team. Two of you guys were part of the 2017 World Championship team. What are, and this is again open for anybody, but what are you guys most excited about in getting a chance to represent the United States of America in 2018 and potentially being part of that team to be the back-to-back World Championship team?
We got a shirt like this summer. It's a World Championship shirt, and I've never worn it once. It's actually been hanging up in my room, and I don't know, I just kind of felt like somebody that I just didn't want to wear it wasn't a part of it, you know. Like I wanted to actually be there, and I stared at that shirt like every day, and I want to help bring it back home, help make it back to back. I want to be a bigger part of it, you know, not just a training partner, not just a guy in the room. I want to go and help score points and bring back a medal, bring back a gold medal for Team USA.
Well, it's just exciting. It's an exciting time to be a part of USA Wrestling. You know, it's been great. You know, the things that you know we've been able to accomplish and the things that we're capable of accomplishing in the future. You know, for me, I think what I'm most excited about is I'm tired of riding along. You know, and it's not and this isn't like a shot of disrespect to our leaders or JB or Kyle or anything. If they get their gold medals and they earn them, man. They get them, you know, and you know, they're great guys. I don't want to follow. I want to walk alongside. And you know, it's not as much as like I don't want recognition. I just want a gold medal, man. That's what I'm looking for. So that's what I mean, you know. So I give tremendous respect, and those guys show where you want to be. And so, you know, and I don't want to be the guy getting the bronze, and I sure as heck don't want no silver, you know, because at least you win to get bronze, you lose to get silver, you know. So I want to go. I want to win every match. I want to go out there and do what I do best, and that's wrestle. And I believe that's win gold medals. You know, I've had a few slip-ups in the last 2 years. But that's why you learn. You go back, you regroup. That's why I made the moves, the changes in my life to do what I had to do to get where I want to go. And so I plan to go and get a gold medal and make this team a two-time World Championship team.
Kind of what Jaden said. I just think I have important skills that I could add to that team. That's kind of it. I think I belong there. I know I belong there.
I would say that being a part of the team would be a real great blessing. Well, first of all, looking at what happened at Final X, like everyone on that team is so good. Last year they were obviously good. They won the Worlds, and then now you look at all these guys, you know who have made their first team, and Kyle and Taylor and Jordan and all these other guys who like James and Stever, and our team's good. And so I think that filling it in with having the right guys and having the right guys at the right weights is going to be amazing, and be a part of that. To be a part of that team would be incredible, because you know obviously it's maybe no secret, but I'm a huge fan of JB. He's one of my wrestling idols, I would say, and you know, ever since I was younger, I would always see him on these teams, and I would watch him and then see the things that he did. And I've always said, you know, my coach would always say, hey, you know, you're going to be on a team with him. And I would say, okay, I'm going to do that. And so being able to have that dream fulfilled and accomplished in me is a really personal goal for me, but also be a part of a bigger picture. Obviously, being back-to-back world champions, showing that, you know, USA, we are the best in the world at wrestling, would be an incredible feat. So I think it'd be a really, really wonderful thing. It's an honor too.
Yeah, that's partially why I'm here, just because to represent the best wrestling team in the world. So you know, from transition from Garrett to Freestyle, I kind of put all my eggs in one basket just for that reason. I could see an opportunity for me to win the national title in the U.S. and hopefully win a world gold medal and help Team USA to win back-to-back. So.
Yeah, I would say unless there's a serious question out there that people really need to say, I think we'd like to break down for some one-on-ones. It's been a pleasure to have you here. We look